Good evening, everybody. Let's see what's the going on thing. And we are live. So, good evening, everybody. My name is Osa, and this is our first of two visits to Altstream Farm this week. Farming Simulator 19. And it looks like we left a tractor out. So, we probably have some plans for this. So, let's get in, start up the engine and get rolling. It looks like Field 2 still needs to be ploughed. Once we've got that done, we're pretty much good to plant, I would guess. I do want to check equipment status. Yeah, we look good. So we're heading out to field 2. Oh, that's right. We finished liming it. So let's get this show on the road. Tractor is not happy with this. Oh. Looks like we've got crop growth on a couple of fields, which probably means we need to get the... Oh yeah. Yeah, I might want to fertilize the fields that are growing already. Assuming I haven't done that yet. Let's have a look at that. Sorry, lots of distractions so far. Okay, so... Oh, these just switched over. They were this colour about 5 minutes ago. Oh no, they're fully fertilised. Okay. I don't know then. So they're fully fertilised, so we don't have to touch them again. We'll continue with what we were planning to do, which is let's plough this one, and then we can get on with planting of the 3 fields we haven't planted yet. This tractor's going to need a service soon as well. I think we're probably going to be in a similar situation as we were at on Mercury Farm. What I'll do is I'll maintain the tractor and plough. We can put the plough away because we're done with it for now. I might try looking at possibly getting a cultivator with a better working width. We should have the horsepower for it, and it will mean that we can do these fields a little bit faster between times we have to plough. Plus we're not planting any crop that actually needs ploughed at the moment. Hey, Hail Team, how you doing? So I I didn't come up with many brilliant ideas this week, so we're going to do a dual visit to Oldstream this week, and depending on what happens this weekend, because once again we got a busy Saturday, I'm still planning to stream Lawfolds first thing in the morning, so what we may end up doing is a double on Mercury Farms next week. We got a fair amount coming up. I got the videos up on YouTube yesterday. Sadly, the first probably half hour of play was in the dark. But I'm happy we've managed to complete the silage harvest, or the corn foraging harvest thing. We sold a few more silage bales. I'm still undecided though on that one, whether to harvest and collect the grass. So I'm only going to be doing one field that way, or whether to bale it and transport the bales. I have an inkling it's probably going to be more efficient to bale it and then carry the bales off to the BGA, but one of the fields is going to have to be hay harvested so that we don't threaten our cow food for the coming year. And thanks for the cheer. First of the week. So but there is a chance that eventually Monday will become the Osei family farm. Mrs. Osei will be joining us, but we need to get her up to speed on playing Farm Sim, so I'm doing that at the weekend at the moment when we have a chance. And that will probably be a couple of weeks away. And we've also got a weekend vacation planned for May, right at the end of May. So there will be no streaming Friday or Saturday on those. On that weekend. And there might not be a Monday stream either because it's Memorial Day and we may be travelling back from the vacation on that day. I mean, I would think we're probably home at a good time in the evening, but I will have been driving 400 miles all day, so I'll be ready to sleep, not ready to drive a tractor. Oh, that will make a difference, yeah. Yeah, my old PC used to take a good 30 seconds to boot up. My new one takes... if I turn the button on and then sit down in my seat, it's usually booted up by the time I'm sat down and comfortable. Though I think my longest boot time was back in Windows 3.1 era, I think. I collected fonts. And the more fonts you had, the longer it took to load the PC from cold start. And I had somewhere in the region of about 3,000 fonts, and it took about 5 minutes to start the PC up. At that point I decided I probably had enough fonts, and I stopped collecting them at that point. But I had Tolkien's Dwarven script, a Klingon script, all sorts of ones, hieroglyphics. And some rather nice cursive scripts as well. I have to be careful with this PC because it doesn't have a big SSD. So I'm trying to limit it to drivers and operating system stuff. But Giants, in their ultimate wisdom, have made it that all of the mods go on the C drive. So while the game's installed on D drive, all the fonts, all the mods are taking up space on the C drive. Which does mean I have to be careful with how many mods I load and how big they are. Alright, we'll eventually exceed the capacity of my SSD. Oops, missed a bit. There we go. As far as I'm concerned, this PC is probably good enough to run me for a few years. So what I'll probably end up doing, first upgrade is going to have to be a power supply, because I'm running right on the limits of the current one. But that would then let me mount a second SSD. I'm thinking a 2 terabyte hard drive is probably sufficient for now. The processor is pretty much top end, at least for now. And so's the graphics card. So I'm probably not looking to upgrade much of anything until possibly beyond September. So I also need to plan what I'm going to plant in these 3 fields now. I think this is the end of the ploughing. We've got 3 fields to seed, and what do you do with fields when you fertilize? I have to do the first stage fertilization on them all. Then we should be good. Just have to keep our eye out for weeds. Oh, we've also got all the crop to sell as well. Might do a quick check on prices once this job's done. Mercury Farms started hauling in the big bucks. Started paying down the debt on that one. Well, at least I think I'm down to 350,000. I'd like it to be less than that. I don't think I have ever done any farm on any farm sim with just one tractor this small. So this is kind of a new experience. Must admit I skipped out on ATS last week due to kiddie concert and everyone being tired when we got home. So I may consider going on ATS this week, since we didn't do it last week, or we didn't do anything last week. But might be worth checking with Arthur as well, because obviously he's now back in America. And we may do both of us running some sort of truck simulator, so we'll see where that goes. You need a drink. Oh! Keep going. Try and fit in that last row. Hopefully we've timed this just right. Somewhat just right. Yes. Please don't be too wide for the plough head. Oh, that worked. To me, the rest of the lanes look much narrower. This will be done. Yeah, the only requirement for multiplayer is currently we're squatting on Arthur's Discord server. I don't have one of my own set up. I think there's enough bandwidth to go around, at least for now. Drop. Made it. must admit, to my mind, there are far too many cement trucks on the road. It's a nice model, but they're just everywhere. Especially on a map like this. I would think a local delivery truck would probably fit better. I've got a passed out 4-year-old on the floor in here. Last night we sent her to bed at 7:30 and by about 9 o'clock she was still awake. And we were holding off sending the 6 o'clock to sleep till the 4-year-old was asleep. And since the 4-year-old didn't go to sleep, she got to come into the office for an hour and sleep on the floor. And since the 6-year-old has school, we figured tonight we wouldn't waste our time sending the 4-year-old to bed and hoping she fell asleep in 20 minutes. So we sent the 6-year-old to bed, told the 4-year-old to sleep on the office floor, and she fell asleep in about 10 seconds, and the 6-year-old was still awake about 20 minutes ago. So 2 nights running, it looks like we sent the wrong one to bed at the wrong time. Unfortunately, due to the kitchen renovation, our second bedroom is not usable as a bedroom. It's a kind of kitchen stuff storage room. We're getting the counters installed tomorrow, which means we also get the new sink installed tomorrow, which will be good. And that will then mean that we can actually start putting things in the lower cupboards and drawers. Because at the moment they're kind of open to the world in places. And as they remove the old counter and install the new one, obviously they're going to be totally open to the world, and we really don't want lots of clean plates and utensils and stuff getting covered in building dust. So from, I guess, Wednesday this week, we'll actually start being able to... missed a bit there. Putting everything away and actually getting the kitchen organised so everything's where my wife wants it to be, and I'll be able to find it and know where to put stuff away at, because I'm a guy and we don't make those sorts of decisions. Okay, I'm done there. I think we drive on this side of the road here. Yeah, the adoption would be going very slowly for the next 6 months, I guess. Adoption worker and their foster worker is obviously visiting every month. So we'll probably get a call from them in the next few days to arrange the May visits. And then we'll find out how that goes, or that's going, should I say. Actually, I think I'll take all of this kit into the workshop, see how it sits. Okay, that should be close enough. Oh, very close enough. Okay. Over the top. So we'll fix that. Tab. That's fine. I'll fix that too because I'll probably forget if I don't use it. I'm thinking we could probably put this in the shed over here. Since we're not going to be using the plough for a good few harvests, if not for the foreseeable future. Okay, so we can drop that there.